Ladies and gentlemen, the Knicks win. The trio of myself, Ashley Moss, Alex, we bring you guys yet another win. But more importantly, the team on the court bring another win, led by our favorite. I came prepared for the day. You know, RJ Day Part 2. The man brought it tonight in another 30-point effort, a back-to-back 30-point effort. 32 points, 7 rebounds, 4 for 7 from the 3, 2 for 2 from the line. RJ Day continues, chat. RJ Day continues. And you know what else is not going to continue today? I don't want no slander about Julius Randle. Yeah, the shooting wasn't all there, 6 for 17. But in a 17-point night, plus 29, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. To Alex's point before we started this show, 6 free throws attempted. I don't want to hear it. The effort was there. We saw, him trying to push back a little bit, especially in a Chris Stapps-less Dallas Mavericks. Mitchell Robinson quietly, yet again, continuing his great play. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 9 to 10 from the field. It just was a fun affair. That's what RJ Barrett had said post game when ESPN was interviewing him. He said it's just fun because everybody was having a good time. Everybody was enjoying the team play. Everybody was passing the ball. He even mentioned that final pass from Julius Randle to him, RJ Barrett, to get that 32-point from the three-point line in the corner on none other than Luka Doncic, Don Luka. But yeah, what is that? 7 of the last 10. We're on a 5-game home winning streak. We're 11-11 from at home. We're 21-21 on the season. We're tied with where we were last year. Nothing but good things going on right now. So I don't want no Debbie Downedness in this chat. We are celebrating today. As mentioned earlier, KnicksFanTV holding it down once again for CP. It's your boy CK. Next to me, I got Ashley Moss. Got my man Alex, light-skinned CP, vanilla CP, whatever you want to call him. But we are here. What you need to know is the Avengers are in the building, 6-1.
The Avengers.
Yes. Yet again, another W. It was a good game. I don't have anything else to say. Like I said, guys, I came dressed for the occasion. I don't know what you guys doing. What's going on?
You came prepared.
I came dressed for the occasion. And before we talk about anything else, I just want to talk about RJ Barrett. I just want to talk about, the phenomenal continued play from RJ Barrett. Back-to-back 30 pieces. Youngest player to do it in the Knicks uniform. You know what I mean? An efficient night. Yet again, just like we talked about last game and previous games, it's not just him throwing up the ball and getting good stats. No, these are all efficient. Tonight, he looked like the best player in some instances on the court, not just in a Knicks uniform. RJ Barrett. I don't know who wants to go first, but we got to shed some love for Mr. RJ Barrett.
Ashley, I'll let you go first since this is your guy, Mr. Nine God himself.
Listen, yeah, I mean, first of all, the plus minus of all of the starters looks fantastic. Everybody's over 20. We got 22, 29, 22, 26, 27. Right. I'm not going to make this about Julius Randle, although, listen, he definitely was not an issue tonight. He had a quiet double-double, almost a triple-double, but this is RJ Barrett, baby. This is the 9 guy. This is Bully Barrett, Broadway Barrett, the Maple Mambo, whatever it is you want to call him.
Right.
Whatever you want. 32 points from him once again. Ice water in his veins throughout the entire game. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen,
RJ, again, there's going to be a lot of up and down with young players. You expect it. But I think one thing with RJ, I think we're starting to see the player that RJ is going to be consistently throughout his career, I want to say. Obviously, he's going to get better at certain things. Obviously, some things are going to take him a little bit longer to get better at. But overall, we talk about this all the time. I mean, he's only 21 years old, guys. Like, only 21 years old. So it's just so impressive to see someone that young be able to just constantly get better in a market as tough as New York, in front of fans as tough as New York Knicks fans, and as smart as New York Knicks fans. You can't fool them. There's no, smoke and mirrors. They see what they see and they say what they want to say, as we've seen and as we've had those conversations. But I mean, RJ just constantly and consistently gets better. And I just love watching it unfold. He's built for this city. He's built for this team. And I say this all of the time. This is a guy who's going to be part of this franchise for many, many years to come. And I'm just glad that each and every season, each and every game, we see him get better in some way, shape, or form. And I know everyone talks about John Moran and how good he is, and that's absolutely true. But in New York City, we got a guy too, and he goes by the name of RJ Barrett. And if you don't know, you better know, because he's here to stay.
That's a fact. And look, he played the most minutes tonight. Tibbs was relying on his guy because he saw the hot hand and gave him the keys to run with it tonight. Gave us 32 points, 13 off of 22 for shooting, 4 for 7 from 3, went 2 for 2 from the free throw line, but he was still attacking the paint, getting the mid-range going everywhere. He was put on a clinic out there. It was just beautiful to see. You guys said everything we needed to say about RJ Barrett, and it's just great to see him finally taking those steps because he started off strong. We saw that strong game against the New Orleans Pelicans, and then he went to health and safety protocols. You heard about it today. I was listening on ESPN because I live out here in Beantown, but listening to Doris Burke, she was saying, look, he got sick. He got sick. He wasn't feeling well. He was throwing up even before he caught COVID. Then he came back, struggled a little bit, and now he's getting back into his rhythm. He said now he's starting to feel great again, starting to feel 100%. And now that he's feeling 100%, we're starting to see this guy, that third-year RJ Barrett that we were promised once again, that we saw that short stint at the beginning of the season, and it looks like he's finally getting his footing. Maybe it takes a little bit of a talk from JJ from Brooklyn to get on RJ for him to get going too. So thanks, JJ. We appreciate it. Yes. We appreciate it. We're starting to see RJ come out of his shell for scoring wise and scoring purposes, I should say. And look, he also got 7 boards tonight. Like, let's not forget that too. And he was also passing the rock pretty well too, even though he got 2 assists. So RJ, another RJ day in the books. But guys, Ashley pointed it out too. This entire team from the get-go, the entire starters were just clicking on all cylinders. Yeah. Like, we go up and down the line. You got 17 from Randle, 19 from Mitch, 10 from Burks. You got 13 from Fournier, and then 32 from, obviously, RJ, just to top it all off. Our starters were feeling it today. It didn't feel like they were missing a beat. They took the command of the game from the jump. They didn't let the Mavericks get back in it, and their defense was on point too. I felt like this was a good, complete game, both sides. There was not really... obviously RJ is going to be the standalone guy, but everyone else just did their part, and you saw there was a complete team effort.
And something you mentioned, because like you being in LA, I was subjected to watching it on ESPN, but it was fine. Like you said, Doris was there. I was all good with it. I had no problems
with it. Me too. But shout out to Doris Burke, the GOAT. It made it more enjoyable.
Yeah. I was able to deal with it for sure. But something else they mentioned, because I think this is the next question. We're seeing RJ play these great games, back to back to back to back. The big question, that whether you are a RJ stan or a RJ hater, the question we all have is identical. Will this continue? They mentioned in his past 6 games, he's averaging over 24 or 23 points per game. And this is not even including tonight's effort. 40% from 3, 42 or 43 from the field. I forgot the rebounds is like around 5.6 or 6 point something rebounds per game. His stats are looking great in the last 6 games, which is primarily around the time, we were down players. And then since then, when we talk about the Oklahoma City game and on, we saw him hit that, that next gear, you know what I'm saying? It's like he shifted down or shifted up to go to the next gear, and you see him continuing that play even when we get guys like Julius Randle back. We get guys like Nerlens Noel, who was back tonight. I had to look out there. I was like, who's number 3 on the Knicks? We got number 3 on the Knicks? That guy's pretty solid. Got a nice cut. I see you. Okay, go ahead. It was Nerlens Noel. He was back in the lineup today. But even when these guys are slowly starting to trickle back into the rotation, RJ Barrett is still looking to be aggressive and still looking to not only just get to the rim, but he's shooting these mid-range shots. The 3-point shot is going in there, but it's not like he's settling it's either a 3 or around the rim. So the game is looking like it's opening up. But the question I have for you guys, and I'm sure chat is probably going crazy on, even some of the haters, they're looking for something. Is this going to continue? Can we see this continue? We know he loves when the calendar flips to a new year, and he's shown that yet again for the 3rd year in his career. Is this something that you guys expect to continue? Because he's been doing it against some good competition here these last few games. But I'm asking you guys, statistically, just off of a feeling, do you think this is something that continues for RJ Barrett? I'll start with you, Alex.
Yeah, I think this can continue for RJ. I wouldn't expect 32 points every single night, but I think I think he can keep somewhere between 18 to 20 points on average if he can continue to perform like this and really get into the flow of the game. I think the sky's the limit for RJ Barrett. Everyone likes to say that he's not the most athletic. They like to put him down in so many ways, this, that, and the third. But the way that he's the way that you can see he's moving, when the game come to him, he's just moving at a slower pace.
Yeah.
I just
Yes.
I appreciate seeing that type of growth out of a player because you want to see the game slow down for them. And he's getting to his spots that he wants. He's not letting the defense dictate where he wants to shoot. He's saying, all right, I'm going to figure out, either to get to my spot or kick it out and let someone else go get their shine. So I think he can do it. Obviously, there are going to be nights coming along too that are going to be less than, but I think he could stay somewhere between the 18 to 20 range, putting up for points. I think like this stat line that we're talking about right now. Like he's currently, that you mentioned, CK, he's averaging like 25 points. He's averaging close to he's averaging closer to 5 rebounds and like 3 assists. I think he could keep somewhere around that, drop down the points probably closer to like 18 to 20. Like I said, I think that's a good stat line for him that he can maintain.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you. The game's slowing down to RJ, and they say on average, this is around the time that starts to happen, that third year. Some guys it happens for them sooner, and some guys it happens for them later, but on average, it's around their third year. So I think because of that, you're seeing a more confident RJ in his decision making and things like that. I have said in the past that one of the things that RJ needs to work on is a shooter's touch. And I think what I mean by that is when he's on, he's on. But even when he's on, you can see his ball handling is a little rough, especially when, it comes to his shots. And that's why a lot of the times when they don't go in, they bounce off the rim the way that they do because he's very aggressive in his touch. It's not like a John Morant when you watch how he kind of floats to the basket or the ball floats from his hand. RJ's a little rougher. So I think for him, that's something that he's going to have to work on in his career as he gets to that next tier. But yeah, I mean, we talk about this often with RJ. And also he's got to work on his vertical, explosion a little bit. That's one of my favorite phrases, vertical explosion. But I think with with RJ, we're gonna see a lot of up and down from him because again, he's only 21, and yes, he's in his third year, but he's only 21, and he's still figuring out his identity as a player. He's still figuring out his strengths and his weaknesses. He's still figuring out how to overcome his weaknesses in the course of a game during those trials and tribulations, those, the various peaks and valleys of a basketball game. So I think you're always going to see RJ kind of have really explosive games, and then he's going to kind of go back a little bit, and you're going to be like, well, what the hell has just happened? Then you're going to get the RJ that we're talking about right now. And that's going to be the case until I think he gets around 24, 25 maybe, because that's when players really, I believe, they start to enter their prime and they're kind of formulated in who they are and who they're going to be for the remainder of their career. But it's still a learning process with RJ. He's still going to be that, that guy. He's still a young guy who's still figuring out his place in the league and in this team. So you gotta be okay with a little bit of an up and down roller coaster ride with RJ Barrett.
Yeah, and I feel like people forget that he is still the youngest guy on our team. We just had a whole draft, got new players and players coming in and out, whether it's for COVID protocol or just from the offseason, and he still came out as our younger player on the team as of today, and people forget that. And I think that's why it's okay for him to have these roller coasters. I understand people are expecting one thing when you're seeing the guy one pick above him in John Morant doing all these, crazy things right now, all-star worthy, hell, MVP worthy this season. But like you mentioned, people grow at different paces. Different teams are teams are constructed differently. Our team is not constructed the way that Grizzlies team is constructed. So there's a lot of different instances, and I think that as long as RJ Barrett is beginning to find his game and find out who he is, like you said, Alex, and he said to I don't remember who it was that was the silent reporter for ESPN, but I think it was Cassidy tonight. But like he said to her, like he's starting to finally feel like himself, and you're seeing that, which is why I have more faith in him being a guy that controls the ball a lot more, because he can get his own, but it seems like others are also eating along the way when you see RJ Barrett predominantly holding the ball in this offense. And those are all things that are just slowly going to be unlocked as he's figuring out his way with this team. This team is just built differently than what John Morant has in Memphis. We go to a lesser degree, but to a greater degree in some people's minds, Tyler Hero might have in Miami. You know what I mean? He has to figure a lot out too, because he's coming off the bench over there in Miami right now. You know what I mean? So I just feel like
he's an early 6-man candidate. But even to that
but
point,
situations are different.
even with Tyler Hero, he kind of, I think the difference with what's going on in Miami right now, and I think with RJ Barrett is Miami for the most part, they added some pieces, obviously Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler last season, but at its core, it's roughly been the same team since Tyler Hero got there. So you're figuring out where you belong in a familiar environment. Yes, other pieces come in, but it doesn't really affect the foundation. I think RJ's situation with the Knicks is different because it's been a constant revolving door.
Facts.
He's never really been able to get his footing in figuring out how he belongs, where he belongs, and how he can function because the team has constantly looked different. I think the stability from last season to this season in terms of our core pieces, yes, obviously you got Evan Fournier, you got Kemba Walker, but everybody else is pretty much the same. So, or is the same rather. So it's allowed RJ to develop and grow in a space that is a foundation that already existed. Now, what I think is also going to happen is when this team gets the pieces that they're looking for, because this team's going to look different once we start moving some pieces around. You're going to see RJ Barrett's game go to the next level.
Yeah, agreed.
I think right now his game will be hindered to a point because some of the pieces don't work with who he is and who he's going to continue to become. I think when the team changes, you're going to see a different level of RJ Barrett.
And that makes sense. I mean, this team is still a work in progress. This is not the final product. You know, the front office is trying to work around the edges, trying to do the best they can to keep cap flexibility, keep all their assets. And as of right now, they're just going to rely on RJ Barrett and Julius Randle to be the catalyst for this team. They thought they can get that in Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. But to your point, Ash, getting back to RJ Barrett, you know, now that this is a familiar system, and also like to Miami, like, they're more stable than the Knicks ever been. So to go into a stable situation right. too, like it's
not only from a team standpoint, but from a coaching standpoint.
All the way up, yeah.
That too, yeah. All the way up, all from like your water boy all the way up to the owner, right? It's all been consistent, stable. So it's easy to go to an organization like that and to slide right in and to see a player shine. Rather when you come here and next thing you know, it's like, all right, Fizdale, nope. We're gonna have Mike Miller. Oh, nope. Right. Now we got Tom Thibodeau. Oh, wait. You thought it was Scott Perry and Steve Mills? Nah, we got Leon Rose now. And now we're gonna figure out how we're gonna, work around this team. So it's still a work in progress. This team's nowhere close. Yeah, we have our frustrations with it, but we're starting to see these guys trying to figure it out. And I think tonight's a night where you could say, all right, it looks like things are working out. Let's wait until the next game. They're on a good winning streak. As CK pointed out, so let's keep it rolling. Let's see what happens.
That's another reason why I am not on the fire Tibbs train, because you need to also, I know the Tibbs thing can be frustrating, but you also have to look at it from a side of familiarity. You got to look at it from a side of a foundation, and you got to look at from a side of development of your young players. When you change a thing like a coach, when you change a thing like front office, when you start changing, it affects, it's a domino effect. It's not as easy as, we're putting a new coach in this situation and it's all going to be the same. It's a domino effect. So changes have to be made smart from this point forward, because it's not just about changing something and replacing it with something else. There's a lot of things that revolve around certain changes, and it can't be taken lightly anymore. There's no more time to build, that we're already past that beginning stage of building. Now you got to start thinking long term, and long term can't be taken lightly.
100%. Gotta be patient with that. Shout out to you guys for coming through to the post game after the Dallas Mavericks New York Knicks game where we won 108-85. If you guys are trying to call into the show tonight, everything will be done through the Discord. Make sure you guys get into the Discord, jump into the lobby, and we will get you guys through. We'll try to get through everybody tonight. As well as super chats, we will make sure we get through every single super chat. I'm gonna read a few of these right now. But if you feel like yours hasn't been read yet, stay patient. We'll get to them. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but we had to make sure that RJ Barrett got his flowers, because again, back-to-back games of 30 points or more, I guess, because it was 31 yesterday, 32 today. He's been playing well. The Knicks have been playing well. Let me read a few of these super chats, and we're gonna move on to some of the other guys that actually played really solid tonight for us. Like I said, it was a team effort tonight, led by RJ Barrett, and it was really nice to see. Beamer with 999 saying, last year during the beginning of the year, we asked, what's wrong with RJ, and did he improve? Second half of the season shuts y'all up. Same thing happening again. The middle the middies, OT, yeah, OTD, okay. OTD J's and footwork, you know the vibes. CL Kenrick saying with $5, saying 32 points for the Badman Barrett, 19 points for Robinson, and 17 for Randle. Go New York, go New York, go. Yes, sir. Now tag, I hope I said that right. He said Badman Barrett is here. What a great game from the starting five. Luka didn't know what hit him. Let's go Knickerbockers. Bing bong. Oh, he threw it in there, guys. How you feel about it? He threw it in.
We're not doing bing bong.
He threw it in, though. He threw it in.
No, we're not doing bing bong.
And the Garden think they slick. You see how they try to subtly change the bing bong to the
to the actual subway car.
To the subway, right. They think they slick. I like it a lot better. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought it was.
Oh, it sounds
tough.
better.
Yeah, I think it's kind of tough, but they think they slick. Like, okay, they will never know that we changed it. But yeah, we see you, MSG. We're on to you. Paul Robbins for $5 saying, I think right. I think we've turned the corner. We know what we need to do on both ends to win. We've discovered the formula. Badman Barrett to the world. Yes, sir. I see you, Paul. Like I said, if you guys want to call into the show tonight, everything will be done through the Discord. Make sure you guys get into Discord, and we'll get to those calls right now. But we talked about RJ Barrett. Let's talk about the other guys that were a big part of it. You know, we didn't get too much from the bench tonight. This was actually a rare game for us because a lot of everything came from the starting unit. This Ashley mentioned at the top, the entire starting five was a 22 and above, from RJ Barrett to Evan Fournier to Alec Burks, all of them, every single one of them. Mitchell Robinson with another great night, proving his dominance in the paint against Dwight Powell and I cannot remember old boy that was on the Thunder last year. Oh my goodness, it doesn't matter because Mitchell Robinson was better. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks, 9 for 10 from the field. There was a moment, I don't know if you guys saw it, where he was going back and forth to Tim Hardaway Jr. I was like, yes. He had an and one. I guess Tim Hardaway was going back and forth with him on a rebound. He looked at him and he's told him to, just like Julius Randle's told us, he told it to Tim Hardaway, STFU. And then right after that, proceeded to get the pass and dunk right over him. Mitch Robinson was in his bag. Julius Randle, I had no problem with Julius Randle's game. He started off with great energy. I think he played with great effort throughout the entire game. He was the highest plus of everybody on the court with a plus 29, 37 minutes, 12 rebounds, almost a triple-double. This was one of the few games where we saw the starting five actually click. Does that have to do with what we were talking about with RJ Barrett? Is that this was just one of those days? RJ he keeps saying his chemistry. Said in post game yesterday, said it in post game today on ESPN, talking about chemistry, and they're all starting to click. The starting five, this is what we've been waiting for. I mean, it's the Alec Burks lineup where he's the point guard, and a lot of us aren't crazy about it, but they look good tonight. Is this something that we should be excited about and feel like it's going to continue, or is this just a one night thing? Are we still going to be a little skeptical with this starting five? But like I said, plus 22 and above, they look good tonight. What you guys' thoughts on the starting five tonight?
Go ahead, Alex.
I'm gonna say Alec Burks at point guard is always just such a fishy, like it could go either way. I'll take it for tonight. I think when because the Mavericks to me are also a team that's still trying to figure themselves out too. Like they're in the same spot. Like a lot of teams this season are like in that spot, like trying to figure out their identity and try to get their footing. So I think tonight was just a night where we were obviously the better team, but we had more of an identity than who the Dallas Mavericks were. Yeah. But I think we could see something close to this on a nightly basis. I think it's so rare to see your team always clicking on all cylinders, but from this game, it's fair to be optimistic moving forward and thinking that, hey, this team is starting to figure things out, especially when you lead RJ Barrett, like having your wing, like having an actual wing who's able to attack from 3 levels on the court makes a major difference to how the offense can operate. And then it just opens it up and it takes off pressure for someone like Julius Randle to go do what he was doing. He was being the facilitator today. He was playmaking for everybody. Even though we had Alec Burks at the point guard position, it was really Julius Randle who was getting downhill today and creating opportunities for others. And that's what we need out of him. I said on the last post game, I'm going to say it again today. Tom Thibodeau mentioned that he needs RJ Barrett and Julius Randle to keep attacking downhill because it will open up opportunities for the entire team. Not only does it get, as we saw, Julius Randle to the line because he had 6 free throw attempts, but it's hard for teams to defend guys who are so physical once they get into the paint. Mm-hmm. So as long as they can continue to do that and just not rely on just shooting 3-pointers like we've seen at the beginning of this season, I think this team can keep moving forward and just keep doing the things that we saw tonight. It's so dependent on just Barrett and Randle being able to attack and just draw fouls and just finish around the rim. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, I'm all for playing around and seeing what lineup works and what doesn't. I think, as a coach, it's your responsibility to utilize the depth that you have and switch it up. Every night doesn't have to be the same. Just because one rotation works doesn't mean another one won't work. I know when I say that, there are some pieces that you want to consistently obviously keep in your starting five, but hate to bring it back to one of our arch nemesis, the Miami Heat. But one of the things that I really love about Coach Spo is that he's somebody who does this. Is obviously Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, are constantly in that starting lineup. But if you've noticed, he's really good at switching when at throwing you off your game, because you never know what that lineup's gonna look like. Sometimes PJ Tucker's in it. Sometimes, Kyle Lowry's not in it. I mean, you know what I mean? Like sometimes, or he's in it, but he's limited. I think that Tibbs needs to start getting more creative with what he has. I do agree, though. I like having RJ, Julius, Mitch, Burks, and Fournier on the floor together. I think it allows Burks to go ahead and flourish in the way that's best for him. But I also think that as long as RJ Barrett's development is not being hindered by Julius Randle's presence on the floor, I don't mind them playing together. In fact, I want them to play together because I don't think Julius Randle is going anywhere. Sorry, I know that people don't like that, but I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So you have to learn how to play with somebody who's going to be part of the team for the foreseeable future. I think Evan Fournier also is flourishing in this kind of a lineup. Mitchell Robinson's having great. I know we're not going to see the kids get a starter anytime soon, but I would love to see, Tibbs throw a kid in there and see how that works. I would like to see,
Which kid?
I would like to see Grimes in the mix. I would like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't mind to see it. Maybe take Burks out, put Grimes in, see how that works. I think the benefit, we talk about this all the time, the benefit of not being one of the top teams is you can kind of get away with playing around with your lineup a little bit more. Right. Yeah, get a little creative with it. Put a little sauce on it. You know what I mean? And I would like to see that happen. I would like to see Tibbs get a little bit creative every now and then, kind of throw them off their game. I wouldn't mind it. And yes, RJ is a kid, but he's a seasoned kid. I don't consider him a kid.
He is the kid of the kids because he's the youngest on the squad. But I get what you mean. I get what you're saying. Yeah, man. Cannot, I love RJ. It's RJ day. But if I can talk about my man Grimes, you know what I'm talking about? 9 points off the bench, 19 minutes. The defense Luka he had to sun you a little bit. That's the rookie, and you can't control that. But he had some nice stops there on Luka Doncic. Yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, let's open up the phone to see what the people have to say. Yes, like I said, big win. We spoke on RJ. Talked about Julius, talked about Mitch. Nothing bad to be said about that starting five, but we'll see what the callers have to say tonight. Let's go to the phones. My fault. Let me move you over. I almost took you off the phone. But starting off with Nate from Rock. Nate, how you doing on this Knicks win night, this fine Wednesday? How you feeling, man?
What's up, y'all? I feel good. This is a good win. I like to see.
Yes.
Real quick, I just want to start with, I think the Thibs not playing the kids thing, I think it's overstated.
You think so?
Because last year we had Emmanuel Quickly, and as soon as he saw in preseason that he thought he can contribute to wins, he threw him in the lineup and quickly played he played almost every game last year. I don't think he got DNP, CD, and he contributed. Mm-hmm. But other than because I don't think he thinks Obi's gonna do much. Obviously, whether he will or not, but he's not gonna take out Randle. McBride's not really gonna do anything, but he plays everybody else, so I'm not really going to complain too much about that.
So you're saying, we're going to get the Grimes minutes, but he ain't going to be going to Obi too much, what you're saying. So he is playing the kids, but only if he thinks that they deserve the minutes, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal. Other than that, I like to see the development from Mitch. I don't even think Mitch is, fully healthy yet, as far as, stamina goes.
Right.
But you see, throughout the year, he's getting better and better, and I still think he's going to get better. because once again, his role is super simple. All you got to do is just be tall, get rebounds, and clean up dunks. And I don't think that's that hard to do.
Yeah.
So it's like, I like to see it. Great win. I don't really got much other than that, honestly.
Nah, I love it. Great takes. Appreciate you, Nate. No, appreciate it. That was a good call, man. Made his 2 takes. Fired back a little bit on the the what's his name, Tom Thibodeau hate. I get what he's saying. I get what he means. I still would like to see some more Obi Toppin, but it looks like his confidence was a little shot after those comments that were made a few nights over. We're not talking about anything negative tonight. I ain't here for the negativity tonight. I'm not here for the negativity tonight. But I get what he's saying. But as far as the Mitch Robinson thing, yes, I'm glad he brought that up because I do believe so. I really think that, we know he came into the season, ripped up. Ready to go, what were they calling him? Calling him flex to begin the season. He really wanted to show off the new bod and all that stuff. And then it was showing that, his stamina was down a bit. So he shed some of the pounds and he's looked good, slowly but surely since then. And he's starting to look like he is like that Mitchell Robinson of old, getting back to blocking, doing a good job stopping some of these perimeter shots, or affecting perimeter shots, excuse me. Cleaning up. He's fine. His hands are looking like they're coming back. That, like I mentioned, that one pass that he got there where he picked it up from the side and was able to dunk it down over Tim Hardaway Jr. It seems like Mitchell Robinson is starting to get back into the flow of things. I think we realize we forget how many games he missed last year. You know what I mean? It was easy to throw him in all these trade rooms. I'm guilty of that for sure. But he's definitely turning this thing around and he's looking as valuable as a lot of us, believed when we first drafted him.
For sure. He's starting to pick up from where he left off against the Washington Wizards last season, right, where he was having a dominant performance and then is that where he had the freak injury? I think it was that one. But he was looking pretty good in that one. And now you're starting to see him getting, he had a double-double tonight. He had 19 points, 10 rebounds. It's taken some time for him to start feasting. And you can see when he has a favorable matchup, against someone like Dwight Powell tonight, he'll go to town. We've got to see him, though, go against bigger matchups. That's the one thing. Guys who are a little bigger. But it's good. It's a good start. It's a good start to see him getting back into rhythm, starting to be that lob threat. The conditioning is starting to get back up there. All positives for Mitch, and he's also rocking KFTV merch. So shout out to you, Mitch, for doing that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Supporting the channel. So thank you for that. But yeah, Mitch looked really good tonight. I like what I saw, and he just got to keep working at it. Just keep boxing out, doing the simple things. That's all I really got for Mitch.
It's also impressive. Like you said, he missed so many games. And, sometimes when you miss so many games, one, your chemistry is off. Two, your confidence is kind of rocky. And especially when it's an injury, when you miss games due to injury, it's even more so you worry about the confidence, right? Because you're constantly, depending on the injury, your mental is constantly playing tricks on you. Your body's ready, but your mind tells you you're not ready. So it's really impressive, and it's really what's the word I'm looking for? It's just, you're really optimistic with how fearless that Mitchell Robinson plays, because his mental doesn't even think about that. You know what I mean? He's just out there hustling and grinding, and 25 minutes here, 30 minutes here, every night he's moving and grooving. Shout out to Clyde Frazier in some way, shape, or form. So I'm just really excited because there were a lot of question marks with Mitch. There were a lot of questions about his durability. Yeah. There were a lot of questions about his availability. There were, a lot of, stars next to some of the major things when it comes to a team and a center. So I'm not going to say we paid the wrong center a whole lot of cash, but I will say that Mitchell Robinson's definitely making a case that, listen, Mitch, get paid, because if this is any indication of what he's going to continue to look like, I smell a check coming his way. I'm not a psychic. I just play one on TV, but someone's getting paid.
But is the check coming from the New York Knicks? That's the question still.
Let me hop into the Matrix real quick. I'll get that answer for you. Give me a second.
Yeah, get back to us on that one. Get back to this on that one. Let me get through some of these super chats because y'all doing it. We appreciate you. So let me get through some of these before we knee deep in these super chats. We got Kevin Joseph with my personal favorite win of the season. Loved the overall process of the offense specifically for the starters. Right, like I said, this is a very rare occurrence for us where all 5 of the starters were clicking like they were tonight. Appreciate you, Kev. Christopher Ashley with the $5. Appreciate you. Pistol Pete saying RJ is the Maple Mamba. We heard IQ bring that back. I don't know how RJ feels about it because he wanted to retire, but we'll see. Balling Down Under saying we got the W. RJ, he is the key driver for the Knicks. Randle was trusting his team and doing other things. I like the Knicks that attack the basket. Right on. All right, we're gonna move on to the next caller, and we're gonna hit you early today because I'm really curious to hear what you have to say tonight. We're gonna go to you early because I know you've been giving Julius Randle a hard time, probably more than most. And like I said, he had a solid game tonight. You are my early pick for Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna let you speak on this overall good game. We need the hyped energy, but remember one thing, Michael. It's RJ Day. What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Hey, RJ Day. Hey,
Yes, sir.
no,
Yes, sir.
RJ looking like Duke, RJ, man. And then, hey, look, I watching the college highlights of RJ, man, and comparing to the last couple of games. I'm telling you, the role of him controlling the offense is Duke RJ, bro. He done pull out the windmill on the double clutch, bro. He feeling that Duke RJ inside him, bro. Like, oh, it's crazy. And Evan Fournier. 3 good games in a row. My eyes. And he cleared Luka Doncic on a play.
He did.
What am I seeing?
Yeah.
But I was crying. I was like, what am I seeing? Why am I seeing Evan Fournier playing decent defense?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
No, actually has some decent plays. He caught the ball once out of 100 times. Good job. And Mitch. I mean, I know it was the White Powell, but Mitch is gonna get paid, bro. Mitch get riches, bro. Mitch for the rich, man. I'm telling you, this is just a good win. Randle got to cut down those turnovers a little bit, 5 turnovers, but 8 assists is still good. More assists, turnovers is all you need. And I think, fourth quarter, we were kind of choking, slipping the lead, but, our third quarter of doom was actually the fourth quarter of doom for some reason. It's just a good win, man.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, good win. Hey, Ash, look. About the Cowboys game. Listen. It's gonna be on Nickelodeon. If the Dallas Cowboys lose on Nickelodeon, you have to buy a Daniel Jones jersey.
Nickelodeon. It's not
Yeah,
just
it's
on
on Nickelodeon. I know what I'm saying.
It's
Yeah,
on Nickelodeon. It's on CBS. It's on
Yeah.
Prime also.
I know what I'm saying. If they lose on Nickelodeon, you gotta buy a Daniel Jones jersey. You gotta. If they lose, bro, you gotta buy one.
But Michael, is it Nickelodeon for your age demographic? Like
You knew that was coming, Mike. I was waiting for Ash to hit you with that,
That's
Mike.
why-
Come
Walk
on.
right into that one.
That's why I said it. I don't watch it on Nickelodeon. I'm just saying they have it on there.
Yeah.
But if they win, I'll buy a Zeke jersey. But I'm just saying if they lose, you gotta buy Daniel Jones jersey, bro. Ain't no way they supposed to lose that game.
Challenge issued. Appreciate you, Mike. Good call tonight. Needed that energy and good takes. I was wondering. I even forgot it myself, and I feel disrespect. But yeah, Evan Fournier had his stop on Luka. But damn, Ash,
He did.
You can come in here and talk about y'all on Nickelodeon, Cowboys on Nickelodeon.
America's team. You got to put him on every single network. You know what I'm saying? He knows about Nickelodeon. I don't know why he's dissing his channel like that. Like, damn. And damn, it's literally 45 minutes before my birthday. Y'all coming at me with the smoke for the Dallas Cowboys? Like,
That's right. That's right.
catch a break. It's not my fault the Giants are trash.
Yeah, well, hey, look, me.
No Giants fans on
Yeah,
the
I'm about to say,
Good
man, I was
thing.
like, oh, well, all right, tough. Yeah, you're right. They pretty bad. Man, worried about that.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
are.
All right, on that note, we're going to move over to our next call. We're going to jump to another call. Mills, how you doing on this fine RJ Day? How you doing, bro?
So happy, man.
Yes.
So happy. Man, I got off my seat like 5 times during that game, man. Such a good game.
Yes.
So RJ Barrett was unreal tonight, but I want to acknowledge Mitchell Robertson. When the Knicks couldn't score in the fourth, we went on some mad drought. Mitchell Robertson's offensive rebound to stop the run, it was actually game changing because they were getting on a run, and then Mitchell Robertson got that offensive rebound and got us back the momentum. So my game ball goes to Mitch in this game. And I know people want Turner, but I think Mitchell Robinson's offensive rebounding is very important for our team. So we'll probably lose some production on the offensive rebounds if we go for Turner.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor real quick? Can you
yeah.
say hi, Ashley, just in your accent? I just
Hi,
want to hear
Ashley.
it.
Better yet, say happy birthday because it's actually her birthday coming up here in a few hours.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Happy
love
Happy
his
birthday,
accent.
Ashley.
But yeah, no, appreciate you. Yeah. But go ahead.
Yeah, so also with Randle, he played well today, in my opinion, and he deferred to RJ. I think Randle is needed simply to be like another body that the defense has to scheme against. Like, even when his usage is lower, his presence is actually game-changing. It showed when we didn't have him, and the opposing defense had like zero respect for our offense.
Yeah. No,
And then,
100%. But it's look, I'm just glad. Look, I appreciate you coming in here and giving those positive vibes to those guys for tonight. Now, you know, we got to send that because I feel like we try and tear these dudes down even when they're having good nights. So yeah, I appreciate you. And those are good points. But yeah, great call. Appreciate you, Mills. I hope I said your name right. You know, first early birthday gift right there with the happy birthday for you. How much time do we have? You got.
Was a Knicks win, and then it was
right. That was the first one he did. Yeah, that's true. Against the Mavs too. Would have been a little bit nicer if KP was there, but not his control. I ain't gonna hate on him. It wasn't his fault.
Everyone in the chat said I was simping. I was simping hard. I'm a sucker for an accent. I'll admit it. I was simping. It's okay. I stand by my symptom.
I stand by my symptom. Let me get to. I'm gonna read a few more of these super chats real quick. Carl Ramsey saying, "Salute squad. The Knicks are finally showing consistent effort and hustle on D and an identity on offense. Balanced scoring on all three levels. Appreciate you, sir." Kenny Gale saying, "Go home, watch film, and do everything we did tonight for the rest of the season." Hit him with the Will Smith. The ball hasn't moved the way it did tonight all season. Hashtag RJ week. Looks like it's finally slowing down for him. Yeah, RJ has looked great in the last few games, especially these last two. Let's see how he does in Atlanta. Yeah, let's keep on to the phones. I see King D's. I'm gonna hold off. I got you. But we're gonna move over just because I love your name. Every time I see your name, I love the name. But we're going to the truth, and ain't no TRUTH. This ain't no Paul Pierce. We're talking about the truth. TROOF. On this, oh no, he just left me. So I guess you ain't the truth, bro. Come on, man. I just gave you the best little intro. The truth. Unmute. What's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's up, can y'all?
There it is. Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing?
All right, what's up, y'all, man? Yo, shout out to the KFTV. What up? Run the intro. Happy Cake Day to Ashley. You know what I'm saying? Light skin Alex in the mix. The whole Orange and Blue Nation. You know what I'm saying? Good game overall. Big game for Mitch. I'm big Mitch high.
Yes.
Good game for RJ. I love to see the ball go through him and Fournier. Good complimentary game from Julius. Love to see him get a ball up. Good to see Noel back in the lineup. And that last lineup with McBride, Obi, Grimes, and Knox look like it could possibly be something.
Yep, for sure. So here's the thing. So it's RJ Day, and like I said, I love the respect that you're saying. But you got some things you want to say about RJ Barrett. Which team are you? Are you team RJ? Are you one of the RJ haters? Like, be real with us right now. Truth. Speak some truth.
I'm be real, man. RJ have his good games, he have his bad games, but normally when I'm playing 2K, that's who I push the ball with. So
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Same.
I like to see him coming into his game. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see, Julius be able to allow him to do that. Like, just get a ball up, get your rebounds and get your assists and you score under the basket when you can, like that.
Yep. No, I feel it. Like I said, that's the best name in the Discord so far, the truth. And he came here speaking the truth. Because, yes, when I'm on 2K, yeah, I'm pushing it through RJ Barrett, too, as well. Because the thing is, they got his jump shot broken on there. So if you know how to play the game, you're going to make every damn shot with RJ Barrett. And if you didn't hear from me, but, yeah, get on there, play with the Knicks, and, yeah, use RJ Barrett, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Anyways, yeah, shout out to them. All right, Ash, how long do we have you? Because I'm like you said, we know it's your birthday tomorrow. You're going to ditch us to go on a yacht or cruise or something like that for your birthday. So how long we got you?
I'm here until 11:45, 11:50. I'll kick it with y'all. I got an interview to prep for in the morning. So,
interview, yeah, right.
No, for real. I actually
we all get it.
I don't leave on vacation until Friday. It's actually an interview I'm prepping for, but I'm here till 11:45, 11:50. So we gonna push it out. We gonna celebrate. We gonna turn up. It's RJ Day. It's Ash Day tomorrow. We here.
There you go. Look at that. Okay. That's a good week. You got RJ Day twice in 1 week. Then we got Ash. Probably gonna be Ash weekend, but we'll go with that. So
It is gonna be.
I figured. Yeah, I figured. And I figured the perfect person, we got to make sure we get him on the call before you leave. And I think the perfect person to, speak to right before Ashley Day would be none other than Mr. King Deej. King Deej, speak to him. How you doing, man? RJ Day.
Yo, run it up. What up, though, man? Nah. I got a new hashtag. I started RJ Day on Monday, but since the Knicks don't play till Saturday, CK, Alex,
Okay.
Ashley, we gotta do RJ week. Like, I gotta put a hashtag RJ week.
I'm fine with that.
Let's go.
My boy is hooping, and I got some numbers, man. No Debbie Downers, no trade rumors, no speculations. I got numbers. But first, before I get into the numbers, real quick, Ashley, I didn't even know you was a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn. New Year's Day, baby. Happy birthday!
Yeah, Caps in the building. Let's get it.
You Christmas Eve,
Christmas
CK. Happy
Eve.
birthday.
Yeah,
Happy birthday, dog, man. Capricorn gang, man. That's the reason why they got the GOAT as the symbol, man.
You know.
But with that being said, Ash, shout out to my rookie of the year. He did his duty about the Cowboys. When the Cowboys lose on all those channels, on a kids show, on a national show, on that channel, I'm gonna shoot you a DM. I got you with dinner because they definitely gonna lose to 49ers. I'm betting on that. But with that being said, Ashley, you got a weird, you a simp for voices. This is why I got the name.
I love a man with an accent. I can't help it. It does something to me.
That's why I got the King curve, because I curved you off the voice. But anyway, let's get into this basketball. All right, here's the numbers that I want to drop, man. Because we was just talking about Tyler Hero, we was just talking about Johns at the beginning of the show, man. Most games with 30 points this season by a player aged 21 or younger. RJ Barrett is leading that at 5, including tonight, over Tyler Hero, LaMelo, Cole, Anthony Edwards. I'm just saying, man. I get it, but Tyler Hero was pretty bad last year. You didn't hear all these Tyler Hero things. I just want to make sure that's a thing. But as far as the team, listen, man, this team is coming well together. The numbers that I got for the team, man, is just great. In the last 15 games, they're ranked 6th in defense. We have a 9-6 record. And then the starting 5, I got y'all. RJ's averaging 20-5 in those 15 games. Evan Fournier, who everybody wanted to just throw away, including me, because I thought he was awful. Evan's averaging 15 points, shooting 42% from the floor and 40% from 3. Randle, 17, 11, and 5. Mitch, 10 and 10. I'm just saying, ranked 6 defense, it's coming together smoothly. And Noel came back tonight. Kemba's gonna be on the way. I'm just saying, man. I like what I see. I like those numbers, man. I like everything that's going on. And of course, Alec Burks. I'm not gonna discredit him. He's starting as the point guard spot. He averaged 12 and 5 in the last 15 games with 3 assists. So I'm just saying, man. This team, well balanced. I like it a lot. I don't want to hear about Luka look like he was chilling today. No, RJ gave him that work on the defensive side, and he basically tapped out. When it was like a 10-point, 15-point game, he tapped out. I don't want to hear that. I just feel like this team is in a perfect spot, and I like how it's coming together. I like that they playing. I like how they playing. So going forward, let's see what they do against Atlanta. Atlanta's awful. There's a boy on the trade market. I said I'm not going to talk about trades. He's on the market. All I'm going to say is buy low. That's all I'm going to say, because the Knicks don't have I want to say something real quick, and I'm going to hang up. The Knicks don't have a future small forward. RJ Barrett is a 2-guard.
Agree.
That's all I want to say. And also, with that being said, that also leads to the next conversation. Obi, I wanted Obi here. I wanted him drafted. Check the tape, check the channels, check the episodes. But my man is not going to thrive here. And it hurts my heart to say that. But they already picked the side. They picked the side. They committed to Randle. Obi's not going to thrive here. The only thing that's holding Obi here is the fact that D-Rose might come back. But I'm telling you, if they put Obi in a trade, gonna be mixed reviews. I'm just letting y'all. I'm preparing y'all for what might happen in a month, because it's definitely gonna be Obi as the first one out of here. But who cares about that? Star 5, RJ weak, I'm out. Peace and love. He turned a 6 upside down. He's a 9 now.
All right, King D.
This man just dropped a bomb and then said, "All right, I'm out."
Flipped it. Said, all right, deal with that. Bye.
I'm gonna holler at y'all. I actually disagree.
Which part?
I don't think that Obi's development is going to be hindered by Julius Randle. I think it's hindered by the lack of, obviously, Derrick Rose is one, but with him not being in the lineup and then with Kemba not being in the lineup, it's lack of a point guard. I don't think Julius is the main issue, but I also think that Julius isn't the long-term answer either. So I don't know if Obi is the guy that you get rid. I don't think Obi is the guy that you get rid of with that ideology that Randle's not the long-term answer. Because if your goal is to build younger, then why would you trade Obi? I think that there's a lot of potential in what Obi is, and I think Julius is great for this moment in time. But like I said, he's not the long-term. So I don't know if you go ahead and you make the move of trading Obi to, you get what I'm saying? I don't think you make that move. I think that Obi's part of the future plan and Randle is not. I think you try to have them coexist for as long as you possibly can until you make that move, that big move. I'm not talking about the small moves. I'm talking about the big move. And then if you make that big move, I think that it's Randle that gets moved before I think it's Obi, but that's just my opinion.
Alex, what you think on that?
I agree with that. I agree with Ashley 100%. I think that I said this a few episodes back on Knicks Weekly. I think that the front office is hedging their bets. I think they're trying to win while also develop the youth. That's why I think they're just trying to build around the edges. They're not ready to invest in anybody yet. That's why we have Evan Fournier. They were able to get Kemba Walker on the low. So why not just try to win right now, develop this winning culture so that way the young guys learn how to win and see how difficult it is to win. Because we've seen teams that are just completely young, like the Sacramento Kings, like the New Orleans Pelicans. They're not winning. They're just struggling. And I think that's what the front office says is like, we need someone to create a foundation here to show what goes into winning. And I think that's what Tom Thibodeau is doing right now. And I think that's another conversation is if Tibbs is going to be here for the long term, you can look at Tibbs as like a foundation piece saying, all right, we need someone who's like, you can look at like what Mark Jackson did for the Golden State Warriors. You look at what Dwayne Casey did for the Toronto Raptors. You need someone to lay a foundation first before someone else can come in and then take it to another level. But I agree with Ashley. I think, if you're looking around the league right now and you see who's competing and you look at Giannis Antetokounmpo and you have Julius Randle right there at the same age as Giannis, is Randle going to is Randle, and what team do you have to compete with that? So if you're the front office, you go younger at that point. You get ready for the next wave.
Absolutely. And we spoke about this last show when we were talking about Grant. We were saying that you can't move your big pieces and then take it back if you change your mind or something better comes along. Those are the cards you keep in your back pocket, right? You move the small pieces, you move all the tangible pieces to get something that's going to kind of take you over the hump for that moment in time. But when you talk about Fournier, when you talk about Randle, when you talk about those big contracts, those bigger players, those different tier players, you keep those in your back pocket as long as possible because those are going to be the difference makers in you getting that star. You can't get a star for Nerlens Noel, but you can go ahead and get somebody that's going to help you in the moment. So although Randle may not be there for the long haul, he's there long enough to where when the moment comes to start looking at all your options and look at all the cards on the table, those are the pieces that you have to go ahead and be like royal flush. I'm winning. You can't with Obi. I think you keep them two in existence as long as possible because Obi, I feel like, is part of the future plan. I don't think Randle was ever meant to be part of the future plan. He was meant to be part of the plan of the moment, and you needed to pay him. I know a lot of people want to go ahead and say, why did we pay him? You had no choice but to pay him. Like, that wasn't really an option. But there's a difference between paying somebody because you have to and then paying somebody because you plan for them to be part of your franchise for a very long time, if you get what I'm saying. He didn't get the supermax. That's somebody that you go ahead and you're investing all your chips into. That's not what happened here. I think we have to look at that too.
I think I'm in the middle because I agree with both you guys, and I think that that's the direction that it should be. But I also hear what King D just saying, right? I feel like there is that possibility that they could flip him if it means that they're flipping him for another young piece. In the example he's trying to give, but didn't want to say names, in like a Cam Reddish deal. I'm not saying that that's what I want or whether it isn't what I want. I'm just saying that I could see that being the move. If they are going to flip Obi, it would be flipping him for another young piece, to a little bit to the extent what you're just saying, that fills a need that we have. But at least if he's switching a young for a young, I guess that's fine. But I think
this then, are you okay with, is Miles Turner, is Cam Reddish, when you look at the team in the future, right?
Yeah.
Is Cam Reddish in that equation? Answer that question first.
To me, for sure. If we do go that route, look, I would love the move for Cam Reddish, but I'm also okay if we don't do it. I just like Cam Reddish, and I think that there's something there. But I do think so, because to King DJ's point, we don't really have many luxuries at the wing. And I'm also team, I want RJ playing the 2 more than him playing the 3. And if you put him next to a guy like Cam Reddish, I think that that's something that could be a long-term deal. It's just about what kind of Cam Reddish we're going to get. Are we going to get the high motor Cam Reddish, or are we going to get the low motor that needs some kind of boosting up? That's the gamble that comes with Cam Reddish.
Well,
but as
I
far
always
as the
say
talent, I do think that there is a place for him long term if we do.
Okay, so then I always say then that's the conversation that you always have to, if I were in the front office, that's the conversation I would always have in the war room. Is this a player that when you envision that championship team, is that player on this roster? If the answer is yes, then you move what you got to move for him. If the answer is no, then you move as little as possible for him. And what I mean by little as possible, you move all the tangibles, the stuff that's not going to make or break you, the stuff you can do
like
without.
Boxes and I guess right.
Obi is not a tangible for me. That's a piece that I'm not moving unless the person I move him for is someone I envision that championship roster including. And for you, if that's Cam Reddish, then you make the move. For somebody else, it may not be Cam Reddish. For the front office, it may not be Cam Reddish. They may not be willing to part with someone like Obi just yet for someone they don't see a long-term future with. If they do, then more than likely that's a piece that's going to get moved.
My thing is, too, when you think about Cam Reddish, is that he's the same draft class as RJ Barrett, and that means he's got to get paid after next season. Yeah. So are you also thinking, like, and what's the contract? Like, Cam has had such an up and down career in Atlanta, so his contract would be up in the air. You don't know exactly what type of value would put towards him. But that's the other thing when you're thinking about trading for this guy. Like, okay, it's not like you're trading for Obi Toppin, who's got another 2 more years. You once you get Cam, you're like, oh, I gotta also pay this guy. But to Ashley's point, if you want him on that championship team, and you think he's part of that championship team, then that's not a problem. But if it's just to move Obi because you need a wing and you're not really sure what you want to do with Cam, are you comfortable also paying with him? So you got to think about that route as well.
Real quick, just want to go ahead and extend my condolences and everyone's condolences on this panel. I think I speak for CP as well. Jay Boogie with his mom, she passed. So I just want to go ahead and send love to you, Jay Boogie. Your Knicks family loves you. We're thinking of you. We're here for you. And we're all very, very sorry for your loss. But I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I say that we are very sorry to hear that. And we are here for you if you need anything.
Yeah, all love, Jay Boogie. All love, 100%.
100%. Absolutely, Jay Boogie. Whatever you need, man.
Damn. But yeah, no, to that point that you're saying, Alex, yeah, I think that's something that needs to be considered. But yeah, man, all love J Bug. Yeah, for you guys, please show some love to him. You know, I did see him in the chat. That's why I just seen that right before Ash had said that. All love to you, J Bug. Hope that you're doing well, man. Stay positive. I know it's gotta be a rough time for sure. As always, we appreciate you guys coming through the show. Without CP, shout out to CP. He's doing his thing. Hoping he's also doing well. We're gonna see him this weekend. He'll be back in full effect. But we appreciate you guys. We saw as many as almost 2K in the chat. If you guys haven't already, make sure the vibes Run up the like button, subscribe if you haven't already to get more content like this. And to that, gotta show love to you guys because, like I said, it's piling on. So let me get to some more of these super chats. So we're not gonna be here until Ashley's next birthday reading these damn super chats. So let me get to let me read some of these right here. Desmond saying Randle with $5, appreciate you. He said Randle deferring to the yard man will help us in the long run. The 3 P's were in effect tonight: passion, purpose, and progress. I like that. Dope win. Let's go Knicks. Brandon Guest, shout out to my man Brandon Guest. He said $5. D Rose, time off may be a blessing in disguise. We'll add him back around the same time as last year and receive a needed PG without trading assets for one. And that's facts. Like, he's gonna be rested up. Might be a little rusty at first, but he's gonna be rested up in this final stretch going into the playoffs, and that might be a blessing in disguise. That's a very, very good point. Now, before we lose you, Ash, let's get one more call in. And then. Huh?
I ain't going nowhere. We good. I got 10 minutes with y'all.
All right, cool. I'm just, I just don't want you to be like, all right, bye, peace, boom, and then you're out. I just want to make sure.
I promised myself I would be in bed by 12:30, so I'm well rested. Everyone knows I am a night owl, and I will stay up all night if I do not force myself to go to sleep. So.
All right. So with that, we're gonna go over to E Crossover, who had some good takes. 2 nights ago in our last show. Shout out to E Crossover on what is now dubbed, shout out to King Deej. We're going from RJ Day, and I like this RJ Week. I just don't want to jinx it on Saturday, but RJ Week, I'm with it. E Crossover, what's good, bro? Hope you're good. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing, man?
What up? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, man. Watching
like
that game, I'm feeling real good about the future and everything. And happy early birthday to you, Ash. Hope everything goes well with you and your birthday. Hope you enjoy it. So the game went so well, man. RJ took over. He said, "Look, man, I'm gonna show you that I'm the one that's gonna be leading us upon these years I'm gonna be having. I know they're gonna sign him long term. For him, for the contract reasons. I think with everybody talking about what we need, and with RJ, being in his last year, and also with Chad Cass is saying about if they trade for Cam Reddish, he's going to be pretty much his last year until they get an extension. If you want to take that leap, I think you could, because the span that you see Cam Reddish in, he had 30 points another game, 30-some points another game. You can see the scoring element in him, and he's a great defensive wing that I've seen. I've seen him play really well when it comes to star players. Him defending them, he's really good at holding his own, and he's long too, and we need that. And that's a Tom Thibodeau guy. He'll play hard on defense. He can score also. He's very dynamic, and I think him and RJ will mesh, and then that will help out Julius a little bit more to be more of that post-up dude instead of him hanging out on the 3. I still have that problem with him doing that, but it is what it is. But RJ going forward, man, he should be the guy that's going to be leading the offense, leading the way, because if Tom Thibodeau doesn't see that now, then I don't know what to tell him about his coaching decision. But overall, I got to admit, they played great defense against Luka Doncic. They really shut him down. They double-teamed him. They made him take real tough shots, deep threes that he's usually not good from. So that's usually what we have to do going forward for every star player that we're going to be going up against. And the next couple of games are going to be pretty tough. So I'm pretty sure if they keep doing it going forward, we're going to still end up probably in the 5th spot, if so, because if we beat all these other teams, we're definitely going to be going up the rankings. And hopefully, that can create more chemistry, and then we fall through, and then hopefully in the playoffs we don't get bounced out the first round. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from RJ. So I think if he keeps this up, man, he's going to make a big payday. And I think next year I'm expecting at least 23 to 22 points a game. All right, I'm out. Yeah, have a great one.
No, good call. Appreciate you, guys. Appreciate you. Where are we in the playoffs right now? I've been trying to stay good and not check the standings every single day.
11th right now, so technically we wouldn't even be in the play-in. I can double check that now.
Okay, even after tonight's win.
Let me go ahead and double check that to be sure, but I think we are in 11th. Yes, we are 11th, 21-21, the same record as the Celtics. But we're both 500 though. Oh, but you know what? They're higher in the conference than we are. So yeah, I mean, look, there's still a lot of basketball left.
A lot.
We haven't even hit the All-Star break yet. Here's the thing: you gotta win the games that you gotta win, or you're supposed to win. Rather, you gotta defend home court. You gotta be consistent. You gotta continue playing the type of basketball that we saw last season in terms of your defense. You got to get that identity back. You got to go ahead and keep that ball movement rocking. You got to go ahead and play smart basketball, and that's on both sides. Tibbs has to be smart on his end as well. It's not too late to go ahead and push into at least the play-in. Look, the Wizards are out there are fighting each other, missing punches in the locker room when they're trying to swing on each other. I mean, it's not that much competition to crack that play-in spot. I think that you just play your game and you chip away at it little by little. That's all you can do.
For sure.
One thing I just wanted to ask you real quick, Alex, you brought up some good points about the Cam Reddish thing, and for those who haven't seen, there were the rumor that the Knicks were in the interest group of Cam Reddish, so that's why that's being brought up today and that's being spoken about a lot today. So the thing with Cam Reddish, I feel like everything that E-Crossover said, everything you said was on point, but like I said, the one fear I have with him, and I don't know if I'm alone on this one, I don't know if this is the right fear to have, is like I said, is that motor. He has that ability, as much potential as he has that ability to have, nights where he just might not be interested. He just might not be, might not have that want. Let's just say he's not that RJ Barrett type of motor where it's like every night he's looking to try and kill, even if he's going to shoot bricks that night. Cam Reddish isn't that guy. And is that something that worries you? If we are to make a move that might or might not contain what we're talking about, but will contain a draft pick or something of the sort, is that something that worries you, or does that fall into your point of when it comes to paying him, like, you know what, maybe it's a good thing that he goes to these little attitude swings right now so he'll be cheaper, and then he hopefully figures it out when we pay him? Like, what's your thought process on that part, like the motor aspect? Because I know, that's a problem that Knicks have sometimes. We tend to buy a little too high on some of these low motor guys, and then it hurts us in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, the motor thing is a concern. I mean, we have it sounds just like their Kevin Knox situation, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be, I guess to just to have some similarity, and I think I do like what Cam Reddish has. I do like his intangibles. I think he could be a good wing. I think he could be a good. I think he's demonstrated he could be a good shooter, and he could be dynamic and athletic, and be a contributor to the team. The thing with the Hawks and being down on that team is that they haven't really. He hasn't shown that, I guess, hunger, or he was also slow in his development as well down in Atlanta too. That's why he was sent down to the G League for a bit. They always called him back up, and that's why he hasn't really fought out for a roster spot between. They got Bogey, you got Gallo, you got Herter, you got Hunter, you got so many wings over there that they've also invested in, and that's the difficulty with like getting Cam in there. So not only do the Hawks want to move him because they already paid people, and you also had their GM who said, I regret bringing everybody back, which I find hilarious. And just as a side note, I don't know what fan base wants to hear their team's GM say, I made a mistake of bringing everybody back. So when you guys ask for Leon Rose to make a statement, no, I don't want to hear my president of basketball operations saying, I really regret signing, Evan Fournier this offseason, and just spread it out to the entire league. Just like, I don't need to hear that.
Right.
That's something you hold close to your chest, and you act like you made the right decision.
Right.
Just saying.
Just kind of like the scene. I don't know if y'all watch Succession. I know Ari watches it, so he'll get this reference. It's when Roman looked at the computer after his dad got that picture of him. He's looking at it like, that's me listening to Leon Rose say, I got it. I'm just like, ugh. Like, I don't need to hear that.
Yeah, when everyone's complaining, like, man, I haven't heard anything from our front office. I'm like, cool. I don't want to hear I'm so glad you said that, because we don't want to hear that. That's gonna piss you off more than the silence. Like, no, we don't.
Guys, I remember that impromptu Steve Mills meeting after the Cavs. We don't need another thing like that. But getting back to Cam Reddish,
oh man,
I'm all for buying. I think he's a buy low candidate. If you want to trade Kevin Knox to get Cam Reddish, if you want to trade like second rounders to get Cam Reddish, that's fine. Like trading Obi Toppin, and if you're talking about motor issues, like Obi doesn't have that. Obi does not have motor issues. He's a gym rat. He was in the gym with IQ this entire offseason. You heard Tibbs talk about it. Yeah, everyone talking about it who reported on it. So if that's the case, I want guys who want to work hard, who want to be here, who want to compete. And I don't like that mental. Like, I think that gets undervalued, but you need someone with that type of mental, especially here in New York, that also wants to be in New York and is willing to work through all of that. So I like Cam. If we can get Cam on the low, absolutely. But if we got to move a piece like Obi Toppin to get Cam Reddish, I'm gonna say no to that one.
That hurts. Yeah, for sure. All right. And we're gonna go to the next call. We have a few calls left for the night. And we're gonna go over. Let me get you in here. Sorry, I keep going back. Discord stats. All right. We're getting this next caller in on this fine day 2 of RJ week. How you feeling about the win tonight? How you feeling about us going into Atlanta? If you have any comments on the Cam Reddish stuff, let us hear it. What's up? Mets, check one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Hi. He ain't ready. All right, we're going to the next one. I gave you a chance. And he ain't ready. He's not ready. He was not ready at all. We have wait, hold on. I don't know if this name is throwing shade, but we got the official Michael. Now you are muted. I cannot unmute you, sir. You got once, going twice. Official Mike. You there with us? Ah, damn. All right. Well, those are the last 2 that we have for right now. So we'll hold it down. Yeah, my man Mets tried to play us. He hit me with the nope, nope, not I've been on the internet too long. He ain't nope.
That's a fact.
Nope. Tried to hit me with the all right. I'm not ready for you. That's all right. But on that note, we can go to some more of these super chats real quick before we get on to the next thing. Hoodies vintage. We got. Oh wait, no. First, let's go. Del Will with $5 saying the Broadway bully is back. This is the RJ we need moving forward. Confidence, energy, and force. Hoodies vintage with $10 saying solid win. Continue to home dominance. Time to give RJ the keys. Mitch rounding into form and Evan hitting shots. Bum. Oh my goodness. Bum ass Bullock couldn't hit in his dreams. Hashtag free Frank. Hashtag free Obi. Hashtag happy B-Day Ashley. Hashtag keep it up. Yes. But yeah. Ash, we got some birthday super chats I want to read to you before you go, because like you said, you got that bedtime that's coming up in 30, and I don't want to hold you up. So let me get you some of these birthday wishes coming from the chat that I think you need to hear now and not in a VOD. So coming from Kenny Gales, with the $5 said happy birthday Ash, and then also dropping his condolences to J Boog. Yes. Great message both ways there. We also got Richard Williams with $10 saying happy birthday Ashley with a bunch of emojis. He's giving you a cake, giving you the streamers, got you with the bullseye basketball, gave you a maple leaf, gave you a Jamaican flag, but the emojis are all over the place. Eddie SFL.
Well, dots here for RJ Day too.
Right. That I respect it. Yeah, but we on Ashley right now. It's Ashley time here in 8 minutes. Eddie SFL is saying happy birthday Ashley. Live for the celebration, or live for the celebration. Great win. Yes. Yeah, man, Ashley, happy birthday. Now I know you wanted us to sing it to you, but the thing is, I don't know if CP would appreciate us singing it to you for 2 reasons. 1 and 2. 1, me and Alex, we ain't boys to men. 2, I'm pretty sure the happy birthday song is copywritten, and we.
Oh yeah, you gotta pay that fine.
We gotta pay a fine.
You could literally only sing I want to say 8 seconds of it, and that's not even enough to get to the chorus. Yeah, fact.
Right. So
yeah,
just when you living it up with your people,
I'm hearing you guys sing it in my head as we
go.
speak.
There you go. Living up with your people, just pretend we there also singing as well.
That's a whole lot of super chats to pay that fine.
I'm saying that's a big hefty fine for sure.
Well, before I go, guys, I just want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. Very much appreciated. Thank you guys so much. I will be back after my vacation.
Ashley weekend. Hashtag Ash weekend.
Hashtag Ash weekend. But yes, thank you guys so much, my Knicks family. I appreciate you guys. I know we arguing, we bitter, and all that craziness sometimes, but I really do appreciate this platform. I appreciate you guys on the panel, CP as well. And I definitely appreciate everyone in the chat, all of the fans. This is not without you. This is for you. And there's no other fan I would rather be than a Knicks fan because we are the best fans in the entire world. So thank you guys so much.
Well put. Well put.
Kisses, kisses, kisses.
Happy birthday. Kill that interview because I know you really have an interview. Just giving you a hard time. Kill that interview. Happy birthday and have a good weekend. We will see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.
All right, now it's going to get crazy for a second here, chat. So hold on because, I got to adjust it. There it is. Look at that. I'm going to adjust it here. Bing. Bong. Look at that proper use of bing bong. So shout out to Ashley. Happy birthday. On RJ. It's gonna be Ash Day tomorrow, but on this RJ week, shout out to Ashley Moss on that. All right, I'm gonna check the phones. If you guys haven't already, this is your chance now. Okay, I see. I got one more here. This might be the closing one. If anybody else wants to get in on the calls, now is your time. I'm looking at you, Mets. Nice try. But like I said, you ain't gonna get me unless you got a backup name. Then you probably gonna get me. But let's find out. Right? Let's find out.
Comes in with another alias.
Yeah, right. Comes in. Right. But shout out to Hasib the King on this fine RJ Day / Ash Day here in 5 minutes. But how you feeling today? We talked about Cam Reddish. Talked about a lot of things. Speak on what you want to speak on with our Knicks. What's good, bro? How you doing?
Yo, what up, CK? You hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. Hear you loud and clear, man.
Yo, let's go Knicks, bro. What a great dub tonight, man. It's nice to see RJ. We on RJ watch right now, bro.
Yes.
He's been playing like it was doing the beginning of the season. Now he's back at that form, bro. And all I want from RJ, bro, is just consistent performance from now until the very end of the season, man. He was hitting some step back jumpers, driving to the lane, killing them, bro. Anytime I see him drop this great games, bro, just shed a tear of joy in my eye, bro. Emotional for my boy, man. You feel me? But he was playing good. Mitch came through, balled out. Julius played pretty well too, bro. It was also nice to see a Noel sighting after his extended off season. Yeah. It was nice to see he got his hands ready a little bit. Had some good plays, but overall, bro, great performance. You know what's crazy? We almost have a top 5 defense since December 15th, I believe. That was one of the stats I saw. Yeah. And what's crazy is we still don't have a full team back yet. We don't have Kemba yet. We don't even have D Rose back yet to help the second unit a little bit. So this team can only hopefully, and we hope, can only get better from here, man. So I was really excited about the game. We on RJ watch, RJ week, and that's all I got to say for now. So hope you all have a good night.
No, phenomenal. Appreciate you, bro. Yes, that's the energy I'm looking for. Appreciate you on that one. Yeah, all great points. And yeah, you were saying it earlier, Alex. You said that we were six in that time span. We're 6th on defense right now. Is that what you were saying?
I think it is 6 on defense.
6? Yeah. Or was it you or was it King Dej? I remember both of y'all dropped some great.
Dej
hit the hits with the
Dej.
Got you. But yeah, good points. That's the thing. Like he said, we're not fully healthy, and we were saying that at the beginning of the season, like we don't want those excuses because going into this year, the big conversation from all of us, every single one of us, was that how deep this team was, and in instances like this, knowing what this year could have been with the vid out there in the streets, that we could have had, what ended up happening for us in December, and how are we going to respond? And right now, slowly getting everybody back into the gym, and we're starting to click, and we're starting to play really well as a unit. So it's very, 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 very nice to see for sure.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see when we have Kemba back. Kemba, I think he was questionable for today, and then once we get Derrick Rose back too, this team, if we're hitting our stride, and getting those two guys back, instead of making a trade, if you imagine if like Derrick Rose coming back from ankle injury, just Derrick Rose once again, just given the push that we need to make a playoff. Just to secure a playoff spot. Don't even have to get into the play-in. Yeah. Like, we get the 6. That'd be quite a Derrick Rose feat. That'd be awesome. But, yeah, man, when we came into the season, that's the thing you talked about, having depth. And having depth on this team is greatly paying off right now, right? Look at this team right now. We were able to get a win over the Dallas Mavericks. A lot of other teams out there are also struggling, and that's where this depth comes in. I know that we can... we're all focused on the Knicks right now, and there are other teams out there that like the Boston Celtics, like the Dallas Mavericks, teams that are just still trying to figure it out. They're still middling, even like the Washington Wizards. So this is a time where our depth, and if the guys can just keep walking it in and go out and perform and give that energy and give the effort that we know that they can make some noise. And it's just continuously giving this type of effort and energy on a nightly basis that they can go make that type of ruckus that we want this team to be in, get to those expectations.
Yeah, for sure. No, completely agree. Completely understand. If you haven't already, make sure you hit a like button for the channel KnicksFanTV. And also make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Man, my brain, I don't know if y'all just heard me real time. My brain just shut down, turn right back on. But subscribe, hit the notification bell, and show some love to the channel. We appreciate you guys. We're going to go to the final caller. We're going to wrap it up, and I think this is a perfect person to wrap it up with on this fine RJ Day 2 on RJ Week. Fredo, wrap up the show for us. What's good? How are you feeling? How you doing, bro?
Gentlemen, I'm doing great, man. Can't complain. You know, I don't know who's having a rougher night. If it's the RJ hater hive, the Randle hater hive, or if it's the trade Mitch for Miles Turner hive. Because I know all three of them are going through it tonight. The reason I wanted to call is to obviously say the team had a great game. It was very fun to watch. But I have a question for you guys to end this. Is what do you guys think is going on with Obi, man? Ever since he was put into the starting lineup when Randle went down. Since then, he's only averaged like 4 points and two rebounds in that stretch. And obviously we all know that he doesn't play a lot of minutes, but his minutes haven't been like diminished that much compared to what he was already playing. So like, I wonder, like, did he take a confidence hit? Like, what's going on with Obi that he's like taking such like a dramatic step back and in such a short span? What do you guys think it is? Have a good night.
Hey man, love that. Great one to end off with. You got any thoughts on that one, Alex?
Yeah, I think for Obi, you know, we've all said it before, he needs a point guard, and we don't currently have a point guard right now, whether it's Derrick Rose or Kemba Walker, to get him activated. And, you know, Obi's a big energy guy. He loves to get out in transition. He'll go high flying for the boards, loves to get those open dunks running down the court. You know, his post-up game is still a work in progress. His jump shot is still a work in progress. The reason why Tom Thibodeau relies on Julius Randle, and even for people who want Randle off this team, the reality is that Randle has a more complete offense than Obi Toppin. And so unless there's a game where Obi can go thrive in pick and rolls, going out in the open court and stuff like that, it's hard to get him going and it's hard to get him activated. You can try to run him with Emmanuel Quickly. I think the thing with Emmanuel Quickly is that IQ doesn't attack the teeth of the defense hard enough by having a layup package, whether it's like Derrick Rose or even having to honor some sort of craftiness like Kemba Walker, where it's like, oh, okay, Kemba can just curl and find somebody cutting, or Derrick Rose can do the same thing, or Derrick Rose will just find Obi out in transition and is constantly keeping his head up looking for Obi. I don't think anyone's doing that right now for Obi, and I think that's the difficulty in him getting him going on offense. And I also think it's just part of the schedule right now. I think Tom sees that this team really needs to get going, and he's going to rely on the guys that's going to help this team get into a playoff position. So if it's relying on Julius Randle, I think that's how he's looking at it, as like, yo, we're going to rely on Julius to be that guy to lead us there, because he at least has an offense that you don't need to set him up. He can go set himself up. Obi, you have to go set him up. And if you don't have that player that can go set Obi up, it's very hard for him to go get that offense right now.
Yeah, and I think that just adds to the points that we were talking about here. The last show was, you know, when we spoke about wanting more minutes for Obi, it wasn't really necessarily in place of Julius Randle, because like you just mentioned, we know that, you know, whether he is in the funk right now or not, he's going to be a guy that Tom Thibodeau is going to go to regardless, right? So it was more, we want to see him, especially when we were so, you know, we got Taj Gibson out there playing such heavy minutes. We want to see him play that 5, but as of right now, yeah, like you mentioned, you know, we could talk about the percentages. We could talk about him not making shots in Julius Randle. But for right now, Julius Randle is a guy that, you know, he can create his own shot. And Obi Toppin, we haven't really seen that from him yet. I still believe that he definitely should be on more than 10, 9, 8, maybe even 12 minutes for sure. I feel like that's where Ashley's point from earlier comes in, where you got to get funky with the lineups and figure that out, especially right now before we get into the real real heat of the season. Yes, we're at the halfway mark right now, but I still think you're in a spot right now where you got enough injuries, enough people missing that you can play around with that for sure. But yeah, I think that's mainly what it is. I do think that there's something there with Tibbs. I don't know what it is there, but mainly I think the biggest part is the point guard situation. You see how well he plays with Derrick Rose. To be honest, I liked in some spurts I played with Alec Burks. I don't know if I'm not trying to say Alec Burks is a point guard, but we've seen Alec Burks do a good job at finding him and Mitchell Robinson for some oops and some instances when they do want to run pick and rolls or just in the break. But I think a lot of what Obi Toppin, everything you said, I don't want to repeat what you said, but a lot of what makes Obi Toppin great is that point guard play. And right now we really don't have much of a point guard play outside of somebody that's not really playing, but played really well last night. But I'm not going to say that or say his name right now, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't think that it's going to go as far as I don't believe that we're going to trade him in the Cam Reddish deal and Jeremy Grant deal. I mean, if we get Jeremy Grant, I think he's going to be part of it, but I don't think we're going to make any of those kind of moves. I think it's just going to be one of those things where we're just going to see the spot minutes for Obi Toppin for another season and then see where he comes, what he turns into next year. But yeah, I think point guard play is a big part of Obi Toppin just not, getting that burn right now. Or not producing right now. I know one of the theories right now, I don't know if you agree with this, I kind of spoke on it a little bit earlier, was that way back when everybody was out and I think it was the second game. Who did we play? We played the Thunder. Who was the second team we played? The Raptors. Right. When Tom Thibodeau made the comment on, everybody wants to be a starter or a first string until they are. And then people believe that was the moment that Obi Toppin lost his powers because he hasn't looked the same since then. There's that conspiracy going on out there too, but I think it's just the most noticeable one, and that's just the lack of point guard play right now. So I don't know if Quick's that guy, but I think Derrick Rose, when he comes back, I think we'll see him get back to form for sure, at least for right now. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm glad we spoke on Cam Reddish. We definitely made sure that we spoke on Broadway all night tonight because it is RJ Day. RJ week at that. I'm seeing everybody talking about this Bulls and Nets game. Is it that bad? I don't have it on. My man Lonzo's over there. Is he sneaking up the joint? Is the team just sneaking? Like, what's happening, chat? What's going on? I gotta keep. I don't care about the Bulls, but I gotta keep tabs on my man Zoe. You know what I'm talking about? Hashtag Zoe in New York. No, we're over that. All right, cool. But yeah, man. That's the show, man. Alex, I always love chopping it up with you, doing this. Lot of fun. Look at our record is just
right crazy. Back at you, bro.
Our record is just crazy, man. So there's a real question. Which one? Who's who? Who's Bosh? Who's Wade? Who's LeBron? Like which one? Who's who in this big three that we got going on?
Let's put that up to the chat. Let the chat decide that. Chat, you decide who's Bosh, who's Wade, and who's LeBron. All right, let's figure that out.
We gotta know, man, because look, this lineup is starting to get unbeatable, man. We out here getting these dubs, 6-1. 6-1, we out here, man. But anyways, you guys know the vibes. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like these streams, like this one. Let the people know that we are vibing on day 2 of RJ week. If you haven't, if you want to listen to this after the fact on audio only version, you could literally find it anywhere that you can find your podcast. This will be there for you, KnicksFanTV. I saw a lot of people popping up on the Spotify on the wrap up that this was their number 1 listened to podcast, as it should have been.
There you go.
As it should have been, right? But yeah, we're gonna get to the rest of these super chats. Shout out to everybody once again. Happy birthday to Ash. It is officially her birthday, so happy birthday to Ash. But let's get through these super chats that you guys bless us with here on this channel. We appreciate you guys for that. I gotta scroll back up because I went down to some Ashes. I might have missed some Ashes. I apologize. Here we go. Coming up from Steve Verna. Oh yeah, shout out to Steve. He says for $10, Blockness Monster was loose. RJ went planters. I think I might have to draw him up next. Yes, you do. I want to see an RJ drawing next, Steve. If you guys have not seen, Alex spoke on it earlier. If you've not seen the new design by Steve Verna that went straight to Mitchell Robinson, and he is loving
fire.
It is absolute fire. Go check it out on the KnicksFanTV Twitter page. You will see it over there. He said, great win. Also, Angel King Simp about to go to YouTube University to learn an accent. Yo. Yo, chill, man. They found out Ashley's weakness, and now my man Angel, he has been studying. That's why he ain't been in the shows. Y'all leave him alone. I read the Wills. I read Hoodies Vintage. Jay Wagedom, I hope I said your name right. $5. Appreciate you. He says, if RJ gets going early, you know it's going to be a good day for the Knicks. That's facts. He just looked good from jump today. Read that one. Happy birthday. Joshua B said, you trade Obi while his value is the highest. Playing 10 minutes a game behind Randle isn't doing anything for him. If you get something nice, he's gone. Ooh, that's a real blunt way to put it. How you feel about that, Alex?
Man, it's so tough, man. I love Obi. It's so hard to see.
I feel you. But if the right deal's there, you know what I mean?
If it is, it's always, if the right deal's there, the right deal's there. Yeah. But I'd be so sad to see Obi go.
Yeah, for sure. I just said that one. S. Dot saying, why Randle not long term? To Ashley's comments, I think we spoke on it, man. I think we all know that, you know, for right now, as these guys grow, and, you know, RJ Barrett and whoever is next, maybe it is Obi Toppin, and quickly all these guys get older on this team and, you know, might solidify their spots as the main go-to guys on the team. We might pivot away from a guy like Randle, or we might not. It's just a thought that we're thinking that it might be Randle as one of the guys that we just might not go full term. Because Randle's what, 27? So I mean,
he's 27.
You know, but I don't know.
In basketball terms, like if you're talking about prime, like he's in his prime right now.
He's in it, yeah. 27. He's in it. Angel. He says, Angel said he stepped back a little bit from Ash. Okay, Angel, I see. All right, chat trying to get me to see it. I see it. I did see someone say who we were before I go back to Switch. CP is LeBron, JD KD, CK is Harden, Alex Levine. Hold on. They are those are all three different teams. We're talking about Ashley, myself, and Alex. That's what this is about right now. We are 6-1 when we are on the show. That's what I'm talking about. Who's Bosch, who's LeBron, and who's D-Wade. All right, back to Super Chats. Khalid E saying, great game from RJ. Love the development. I'm worried Obi will be wasted like Knox. Thoughts on Mitch plus Obi for Miles Turner? Maybe add a pick. Look, man, I was admittedly on the Miles Turner train. I would love Miles Turner on the team. I still think he makes a lot of sense for this team. But at the same time, if we're doing... I don't know. At the same time, I'm loving where Mitch is coming around right now. There's still that possibility of him getting hurt. I understand that. But if what we're seeing right now from Mitch is continuing to evolve into a guy that we were hopefully going to get and we could possibly still sign up for cheap, I might just, hedge my bets and stick with Mitch Robinson. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, I like Miles Turner too. I think the thing is, what do you want out of your center? If you want someone who can grab a lot of offensive boards and can improve on the defensive end, that's Mitchell Robinson. And it depends, like, how much do you want them involved in the offensive system? Like, if you want someone simple like Mitch, then you got to keep Mitch. For Miles Turner, I do like him. The other thing that you go back to is, durability, because Miles Turner is also not a durable center either. So it's you're going. Ah, man, it's so confusing when it comes to these guys. I do like Miles Turner, but Mitch is showing a lot of growth. You got to stick with Mitch for right now. I'm on the Mitch train right now.
Yeah. The thing about Miles that makes this difficult is that he is a stretch for sure. But I mean, we're getting a lot more toughness from Mitch Robinson than you're gonna get from Miles. So at this point, I'm just being real with you guys. So yeah, good point. I see on that one, Khalid. Kaiser, he says with $5, appreciate it. He said maybe Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant. Salute my guy CK2K. RJ is emerging as the number one for the Knicks. Move Randle for the PG of the future. I don't see that happening, but yes, RJ emerging as the number one. That's the energy I like to hear. He just looked like it tonight, right? He just looked today. He just looked different, right?
Dude, he looked like he was ready he commanded the entire offense. Yeah. Like he wanted it, and it's the things that we keep saying about RJ. Like, look, it's not just having plays designed for him. He also has to call for it and say, yo, let me get the ball, let me get going. And he did that tonight. And this is what happens when you get him going, is that it just starts opening up for everyone else. The good thing is, too, he's developing more of an offensive game. I just can't wait to see the more that he can add to it.
That's the thing, 21, 22, and there's still, and when you look at him and still see things for him to open up and to improve on while he's improving on the other things that we want him to improve on. Like, that's just exciting. In a Knicks uniform, that's exciting, man. That's really, really exciting. He's opening up. We'll see it. Dave Nody, appreciate you with the $50. He says, condolences to Jay Boogie. It's a small gesture, but this is from the KnicksFanTV Discord family. Hold your head. You our guy forever. Facts. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Big facts. Salute to Mama Boogie, New York forever. Yeah, man. Big Big up to J Boogie. All love. And yeah, that's a beautiful gesture from Dave. I'm going to try and see how we can get that over to him. I'll let CP know. But yeah, appreciate you on that one. Kenny Gales, we read that one. Happy birthday. And Chuck D, last one of the night. Shout out to Chuck D. PE's in the chat. You know the vibes. He says, Ash, CK, Alex, 40 games left. Hardcore at home. People forget there's 3 seasons in a season. First half, a second half, and the playoffs. Salutes to crew and happy birthday. Oh, sorry, Ash, missed on that one. But yes, very true. Very true. We are on the second half right now. Mike, hit us down with the breakdown, Alex. He says, CK2K is LeBron, freak athlete. Ash is Wade, clutch and reliable. Alex is Bosch, takes a back seat but can easily drop 40.
I'll take it.
I like that one, yeah, because I feel like Alex had a 40 piece tonight because, yeah, he was on tonight for sure. Okay, I like that one. But yeah, we got through all of them. And, yeah, appreciate you guys. Like I said, CP will be back this weekend. It's been Ash. Happy birthday to your boy CK. Shout out to my man Alex. Y'all be blessed. We'll see you guys on another one. Knicks continuing to win. Let's see if it continues against Hawks. And it will. Let's go Knicks. We're out.